And I gotta make this as stable as it can be right here. All right, everyone. Like I said, we're gonna be during the summer months. We're gonna be outside as much as possible. Um, we're gonna be broadcasting from outside. We want y'all to see exactly how we get down in the neighborhood. I'm trying to see what's the best angle, you guys. It starts at 3, so we got time. How you doing, Queen? So we got a little time before it kicks off. But here's the bottom line, you guys, especially for the people in Mississippi. I'm gonna send a link out to you guys too, but we want to make sure that everyone hears the accountability, the what we're working on dealing with our community. So I'll be getting into that in a minute. We got 5 minutes. Being outside, this is the remote job center. 3 chairs. Each one of these chairs serves a specific role. So the middle chair is our mayor, district leader, governor. The chair to the right is the one that is a do not disturb chair because that person is on the Zoom and need to be connected with the other people on the Zoom all around the world. Now, Rashad left his phone, so we don't have him in the chair, but on the phone. But the bottom line is that's the design. So Governor Chamberlain, any of our leaders who's gonna do a remote job center in your zip code, it's the same format. You make sure that you got 3 chairs out there. I got the table here. You don't have to have a table as long as you got 3 chairs. And the goal, oh, and the person on the left is our person that we gotta hire from the community to hand out our literature. So all the literature is over here, Shrine. So this here, Shrine, move this over, no matter, to this chair, but that's the one. This the one for the phone. All that should go over here. It's gonna fly away if you don't keep that. So yeah, so the left chair is all the literature that we're gonna hand out to people want to know why the heck they sitting outside. You know what I mean? And this chair here on the right, you guys can see it down there, the one on the right there, that's for the person on the Zoom. The Zoom takes place at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 7 o'clock every day almost except Sunday. Sunday is a little bit different. But other than that, the Zooms is a safety issue. So when we got our people on Blacktown 63rd Street, they're on the Zoom with us, whether we're in Gary, Indiana, at the park, they on the Zoom with us. So no matter where we at, the Zooms keep us connected and it allows us to know what's happening with our people. If one of them go offline, then we know something happened and we can call our governor for that zip code, get somebody to check on it. All right, so I'm gonna go offline for a minute. You guys can watch the environment and we'll come back on at 3 o'clock to get started. You remember this back in the day? That's old school, boy. That's man in the 2005 time right now. A super duper old school. All right, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. So you can't even tell me what time it is, huh? Oh, because at 2:30, I mean at 3:30, that's when we want to rotate. 3:30, we want to rotate. All right, 3 o'clock. Roll call time, right? Oh, all right, we on. Good to go right now. All right, everyone. Your host, Cy Smith. We're gonna have quite a bit of that because we coming to you from the streets, baby. We outside. You know, when you outside, anything goes. A dog can come up here and chase us off the block, anything. So when you see it, it's happening. It's what's real on the field. So what we're about to do now, I'm gonna make sure I get this link to several leaders because they need to be able to share it and get on themselves. It's from 3 o'clock, you guys, all the way to 5 o'clock. So we're gonna be on here for 3 to 5, 2 hours. We got a bunch of topics to cover, so it's gonna go real fast. And I'm gonna start with going over the west side, going over the 20 sides of town. You guys will be able to know what we're doing and why we're doing it. All right. That's not let me share it, man. Share it, man. Okay, there we go. Let's get it to man. I need you to have your phone, man. Dang. Let me do this. Nah, I know they're gonna call me. All right, you guys give us a minute, little technical difficulties. We're gonna work through that. Not a big deal. Gotta cover the topics we gotta cover. That's the bottom line. Now I gotta admit, everybody, I'm a little caught off guard how chilly it is out here. I didn't know. Um, So it's a little nippy. And we right by the lakefront. We walking distance from the lakefront. So that breeze is hitting us too. All right. So anyone that's gonna get on live, I might not be able to hear you because of where we at. We on the corner, so it's gonna be a lot of noise, a lot of traffic. So just you can type in the chat if you want me to be able to hear you. Because of that noise, I might not be able to. So we're gonna rock and roll here. I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit so y'all can see something more interesting than looking at me. All right. So anyway, let's kick this thing off. The purpose of the summit is once a month we're on tour in a different part of the city. So every May we're on tour in Bronzeville. We're right now in the heart of Bronzeville. This here is the headquarters, if you will, the first Black insurance company. Right here where Blacks was coming up from the South. This was our pillar, our anchor right here. When you look here, my school, Dunbar, is right up the street. So I was literally coming over here years and years ago when I was younger. But no, this community is a pillar, just like Harlem is in New York City. When you got a big city, you got an anchor. And the Bronzeville was our anchor where we had all three levels, our high income, middle income, and low income Blacks all living in the same environment. Did I leave anything out, Rashad? This is your neck of the woods. Did I leave anything out about your community? All right, so what we're going to do here in the next 2 hours, and we're going to take breaks and we're going to be rotating out because we're going to be going to different locations too. So right now it's 3:06. At 3:35, we're going to go down the street to 43rd and King Drive. We're going to set up the same remote job center there. We'll be there for probably an hour. And then we're going to rotate over to 43rd and Cottage Grove. That's where we're going to end at 5 o'clock. So what I want to go through right now is the agenda when we have these summits. And the agenda is our 7 daily living habits. Every Sunday is family day, y'all. Every Sunday is family day. So every Sunday, what are Black families doing? What are Black families doing? Hey, I see my wife on. What's up, Mimi? Share the live to people. Let them know we out here. But every Sunday, family days, we're going to be going over what Black families have been going through since the last summit. We're going to go over Monday safety. Got a lot to talk about with this violence in our community and what we're going to be continue to do about that violence in our neighborhood. Then we're going to switch over to education. We're going to be talking about the fact that they're saying that our children can't read even in as low as 3rd grade, and definitely in high school, they're not reading at grade level. So we got to talk about what the plan is with that. What's the vision with that? What we think we can do about that. Once I'll be able to see. That's Chase Bank over there. You bring it down a little bit more. All right. So we gonna go over that. Then we gonna go over our health. We in the zip code of Dr. Ya. So Dr. Ya, we in your zip code. Come on out and see us. And then of course our senior citizens, we're gonna be joined by Sister Joyce St. Quinfield this month. Then Saturday Youth Day. So we definitely gonna be talking about our young people. And so that's the agenda. I'm gonna go through roll call real quick, especially for our people in the different zip codes who ideally would be here with us right now. We don't expect everyone to be with us. Only the people whose last names begin with the alphabet S, T, and U. S, T, and U are the ones that we needed to be out here with us because we haven't bugged them since November of last year. Only May and November do we bug people with that last name, S, T, and U. So it's set up so that hopefully people will participate because we don't ask them to do nothing that much. Here, look, take a peek at these. So we'll see if they come out. Mimi, can you hear me? Type in the text if you can hear me. Can you hear me? You're on mute. You have a mic check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Is that wind? Is that a lot of noise when the wind blows?
No, I can hear you well.
Perfect. All right, good. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna go through the roll call, and then just remember this, people. Everybody is busy. This is the third largest city in America. Chicago ain't no punk, so you got a lot of events, a lot of people doing a lot of different things. Our philosophy is this because we support where we on tour at. So behind me is Black Star Project. So we definitely are going to make a donation to them before the month is out. Last year we made a donation to them. The goal is wherever we're on tour at is to put a donation into the hands of the people who are in that area in business, in the non-for-profit sector, the religious sector, the church. But that's our role. So I get it. Everybody is busy, but we need to operate in a way that we're spreading our resources to others other than just our own. And the notion that I'm trying to get my own grants, we hear that, but guess what? We can walk and chew gum at the same time. If 1,000 people pulled together $1 and gave it to Black Star, that's going to help Black Star out. So we want to have that type of mindset that we're not operating from a lack, we're operating from an abundance. And other ethnic groups wouldn't be in Black neighborhoods if it wasn't an abundance in our neighborhoods. Arab gas stations, Asian beauty supply stores, they wouldn't be here if it wasn't a bunch of money in this area here.
Exactly.
You know, so that's how that goes. And we go keep building. Good to see you, man. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do no matter what. So I'm gonna go through the names of the people who ideally will be out here with us. So we got it's STs and U's. So we got Linda, last name Smith. We got Josh, last name Smith. I'm out here, Cy Smith. Larry Tankston, he over east. Nate Thompson, that's our superstar Nate. Sam, Steven Starks, that's our governor, 60643. Yeah, take it, Joe, take one out. 60643, and then this, you gotta take the whole thing. 60643, and then we got my auntie Jenny. Don't expect Jenny to be out here. She might join the call, but nah, she's a superstar with us. Ursula Singleton. We got Prissy T, Eric Strickland, Art Trotter, that's our book author, and today is our book author's day. We got brother Arkin Turner, that's our media guru guy. Nicole, we in your zip code, Nicole. Dr. Yaya heard me talk about her already. Ronnie Taylor, he's our superstar engineer. He fixes laptops and computers. Elder Lanyard is right up the street. He's putting in work right now, so I know he's not going to join us. Who else we got? Rita, she's in Detroit. Olivia Tinson is in Los Angeles, so we don't expect them to be on. They may jump on the Zoom, but other than that, that's our S, T, and U people, y'all. S, T, and U, and that's a big deal. So we're going to go over Mississippi now. Let's talk about Mississippi. So
What's going on, bro?
we had a young man who, 12 years old, he was beaten by a white teacher. And then the principal called the mother, but hadn't called the authorities, the police. So when we got wind of that, it was in Woodville, Mississippi, we immediately started our network going. And so we reached out to our people we knew in Mississippi. We said, let's get an emergency call together. Let's get an emergency Zoom going. And so we did the emergency Zoom. We had Natchez, Mississippi represented on there. We had Carroll County represented on there. We had Mount Bayou, Mississippi, the oldest Black town in America, on there. And of course, our people in Chicago and Gary who got family down in Mississippi. Dr. Redmond was on there too, so that was good. He's connected with Jackson, Mississippi. So anyway, the conversation, it really moved me because they thought we was talking about hanging, and they said hanging happens rapidly, like it's not a big deal. And I was really troubled by that because I don't want us to get comfortable with people hanging us. Like, what the heck is that about? I'm up here 700 miles away, but we don't want people comfortable with just lynching and hanging us down there. And that's what I was really stirred about that. Joe, you heard that. Wasn't that a little disturbing?
Yeah.
They were like, it wasn't a big deal. I'm like, what the heck is that about? We still getting hung down now? That's so quick. Yeah. And forget. Like, no, we can't be forgetting that. That's and so here's what we got to know with Mississippi. It's the blackest state in America. And with it being the blackest state in America, now here we got non-black people. Y'all finna see them ride past. We got non-black people comfortable riding in our neighborhood. Now I'm gonna tell you, and I'm getting a little bit off topic just for a second. If we go down, and Chicago is still the most segregated city, Dr. King said it. If we ride down on 23rd and Kedzie, if we go down to Halsted, if we go down to any of them areas, they will be having a fit and they'll be ready to do something to us down there. And so here they being disrespectful. Are they running the light? Yeah, see, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. But they got one black brother with them. I saw one black out of the whole network, two black. And they got a white guy there too. But what they do?
He blowing his horn at him, and she blowing her horn at him. You know, pulled up on
Yeah, so we gonna get this under control. And the key for you guys watching is it's our money that's gonna allow us to get this under control, y'all. It's our money because we're gonna be able to have our people out here, and you won't even get into our villages. That's the bottom line, like that, you know. So we gonna deal with that. Getting back to Mississippi, though. And Joe, at 3:35, we gotta rotate down. So might be 3:35. So back to Mississippi, though, y'all. The bottom line, we gotta protect Mississippi. It's the blackest state in America. They need to feel like if something go down, it's gonna be some outside response. That we not gonna just let it ride. You know, people are not gonna feel comfortable doing whatever they want to do to black people. So I just wanted to make sure I gave y'all that update with Mississippi. So where it stands now, next Wednesday, we're gonna have the follow-up next Wednesday, which is the fourth Wednesday of the month. Every fourth Wednesday of the month in Mississippi's Day. Yeah, so we're gonna follow up. So stay connected every fourth Wednesday to make sure that they know they're not alone. All right, so moving on now, we're gonna go over the good news. We have on the website 108 different factories for Mississippi. So if you go on the website, nationalblackcoastuniversity.com, and type in Mississippi, you're gonna see the factory we want to put in every one of these 108 towns. What that means for us here is our young people are gonna have a place to go, and when they touch down there, it's gonna be people ready to receive them. They're gonna be able to make some money. Not big money, but they're gonna be able to make some money, and then more importantly, they're gonna be out of the environment so that they can meet new people, grow, develop, be around with different energy. It's more trees down there than up here. You're in the concrete jungle up here, so you'll be able to be in that environment where you're gonna have more oxygen, if you will. So that's a big deal. And then the other good news is we finished up our vision for this summer with the young people. So I'm gonna go over that, and I'm gonna put that up on the screen so y'all can see that. It's a thing of beauty. Gary, Indiana is one of our 5 pillars. So of course, Chicago is the main pillar, but Gary, Indiana is the second most important pillar, you guys. So let me show you what that looks like. And see, if any of these people riding in our neighborhood getting any taxpayer benefits, we putting that on the Democratic Party. They shouldn't be getting a dime. You got money to ride around recreationally on a motorcycle. Unacceptable. I'm telling y'all right off the bat, unacceptable. So here we go. This here is our vision for this summer, y'all. This is the park in Gary, Indiana. And other people use the park, so we can't take over the whole park. We get that. But just like we out here on the corner, we'll be on the corner, all 4 corners of this park if we had to with the remote job center. But if no one is using the park, then we can play inside if we want to. But just know this, each corner gonna do something different. Let me zoom in to you. So on the northeast corner, we're gonna invite people from Hammond, Indiana, Whiting, East Chicago. We're gonna have people from Calumet City, Dalton, and Riverdale. We're gonna have people from Centovia, Mississippi. We're gonna have people from the east side of Chicago, not Bronzeville where we at now, but the other parts of the east side, Governor out here. So his zip code, Washington Park, High Park. And we're gonna have Enbridge, Man, Tollerston, Emerson, and Midtown. All of them would be on this one corner, y'all. So we talking about 15 to 20 people on that one corner, northeast corner. All right. And they are getting to know each other. So they're not even talking to our people on the other corner. The other corner is gonna have, and if y'all hear me name a place, you know somebody, and you want them to know what we're doing. So that's gonna name them so you can get them the invite to what we're doing. So that's Munster, Indiana, Crown Point, Cherryville. In Illinois, it's Harvey, Dixon, Phoenix, and It look like Cal City. All right. And Mississippi is Mount Bayou, Mississippi, South Haven, Mississippi. It's Chicago's west side. So anyone on the west side, Joe, want to make sure west side know. Then in Gary, Indiana, it's Black Oak, Bronx, West Side, and Terrytown. So picture what we're doing here, y'all. Look at what's happening. You in this park, and you got all these different people who would never come together if it wasn't for this structure. West side of Chicago out there with the east side of Chicago. You got all these suburbs out of near Gary, Indiana out there. In Mississippi, we got the $1,000 coming in. Mississippi is up there. So this is a big deal. And that's just two. Let's go through the third. The third one is Valparaiso. That's a little rich people out there in Indiana, and Maryville. A lot of Black people live in Maryville. So we expect that corner on the southwest side to be popping. South side of Chicago. So all our Green Region people will be on that corner too. We're going to have Natchez, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, Terry, Mississippi out on that corner there. Chicago Heights, Markham, Country Club Hills on that corner. In Gary, Indiana, you're going to have University Park, Glen Park, and Morningside. All of them, y'all, on the southwest corner. In addition to all of them on the other corners that we talked about. And finally, the fourth quarter is going to be Portage, Hobart, Lake Station. All right. Macon, Mississippi, Bronzeville. And let me tell y'all why Bronzeville matters. Bronzeville is linked to Gary, Indiana. So this is Little Gary, Indiana, in this zip code here. So that's why they got their own corner separate from the east side. And you're going to have the Miller neighborhood of Gary, Glen, Ryan, Etna, and then you're going to have Ford Heights, Lansing, and Linwood. All of them. And before the day is over in that park, all of them going to come together. So you're talking about over 100 people. What you think about that, Governor?
That's been done before.
Man, that never, for one, who even got the structure to bring all that together? Like, that's a big deal to even have the idea of pulling all that together. So, yeah, that's big. And for all the people who would say, how you gonna pull it off? We're gonna pull it off with us pulling our money together. That's the only thing holding us back now is the releasing of the resources. So that what we already doing now got finance to it. And with finance, it's like a brand new car with gas in it. Now it can go. You can have a brand new car with no gas in it, and guess what? It smell good, look good, but it ain't going nowhere. So just know that's the only thing that's going to prevent us from having these remote job centers. And let me point this out again for the people who just tuned in. The person in this chair here to my right is the person that no one can disturb because that person is on the Zoom with people all around the world. The person in the middle chair is our leader, whether it's the mayor, governor, district leader, whatever. They know the most. So whoever's sitting in this middle chair, they can direct everything. So that they like to manage. And the person in this chair is anybody out here that need to make $10 to $20. We put them in that chair and their job is to hand out literature. How you doing, Queen? Take one of them flyers they got, if you don't mind. Yeah, so that's their job is to hand out, and that way they get some money. That's why it's called remote, because you deploy job center. Because we go for anything, yeah. Our numbers on everything. So it's remote job center. So that way we can put our people, put some money in our people's pocket. So when you give your dollar to us, look how it's rotating right back around to put in the pockets of our people, who ultimately is going to learn about the Wednesday Buy Black Day and everything else we're doing to keep the dollar circulating in Black hands. No different than Chinatown, Greektown, Little Italy, y'all. It's the same place. That's what we doing now. All right, so now let's talk about the violence. I hate to do it, y'all. We got to talk about it. Venezuelan boy was kidnapped from 71st and King Drive in Chicago. Here's someone from Venezuela called his mother and told him where to find his body at. Today is Saturday. This happened on Sunday, I believe, and we heard about it on Monday. So the key for Black people to know is how did someone all the way in Venezuela know about this, where they connected to it. So it shows the vulnerability in our Black community that someone from out the country got information about what's happening in the Black neighborhood of Chicago. That's a problem, guys. So we got to tighten up our villages. We got to make sure we got the inventory on our blocks. We need to know every address on the block, and we'll fill in the details on every address because we need to do that. Because if Black women are the most missing group in America, they could be in Venezuela. We won't do it because we got people in our neighborhood that can go back home at any time and take somebody we love with us. So that's a real threat in our community. And I don't think just chilling out and saying, oh, well, is the answer. What we do block by block is key. We got to control our blocks. And it starts with you getting to know the other people in your zip code. So I wanted to put that out there. We also had someone set a fire in one of our villages on 60th, 62nd and Paulina. 6 people was injured. 2 children died. Someone set this fire. It's not just a fire that happened on its own. Someone set the fire. And our 2 young children are no longer here living because someone set the fire. That is unacceptable. There's no way on earth that we should be tolerating. Even if you're black, you can't be setting no fires and killing people. That's unacceptable. We're not going to let up on that because that's Village 3660. It's documented. We already got one of our leaders who live in that area letting us know if they set up a GoFundMe or something so we can share with you guys to be able to support the family. And definitely if he'll work with the police to get them off the street. There's no way they should be free out here and you set a fire and kill somebody. That's totally unacceptable. Can't let them ride with that. Ain't no free pass. I don't care if you're black or not. No free pass with that. So the other thing is the teen takeovers. So the teen takeovers is it's a problem. We know it's a problem, but the question is what we gonna do about it. Because a lot of people talk about stuff, but the question is what they gonna do about it. Now, what we propose is what I just shared with you with Indiana. We want to make sure people are traveling to the park I just explained out there so that they can be amongst each other, they can meet new people, they can grow and develop.
I like to
and so that's gonna be the key, you know. So we gotta do that. We gotta get the young people who so-called teen takeover, we gotta get them to move around. Travel is what turned my life around. We got, you know, it's one of those, not all of those.
Yeah, see.
So if they're not moving around, then they're like a devil's workshop, the idle mind devil's workshop. So that's gonna be the key.
Well, they say, that was an app, but they call it agent.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the key, y'all. We gotta travel. We gotta move them around. We gotta make sure that they meet new people, seeing new things. That's gonna be key. Now let's go over to the role the music plays in that. The role the music plays in that. So the role music plays is that you got non-black people who are making money. They making money by moving people to do gangster rap. And gangster rap back in the 90s was different. Gangster rap was about F the police, which I'm not promoting that, but they're talking about the oppression of black people while they say F the police. But the key right now is about kill other black people. You know, Rashad, you right in front of it. Rashad, you right in front of the camera. So it's talking about now kill other black people. And we don't want that messaging. They got it away from F the police, shoot police type message that Ice-T was in trouble for to now kill another NIGGA. So just know that the entertainment industry is complicit to what we're going with. We have a solution to that. It's our brother out of Gary, Indiana, Quabena, Pratt, Quabenot. He's pushing the Clear the Airways project, and this is something that everyone can support by getting in touch with the FCC. The FCC is the Federal Communications Commission, and their whole job is anything over the airways that any type of communication is monitored. So you can file complaints on these record labels and record companies, distribution companies. We can do that, and we got to do that because we can't just sit by and let them make money off of pushing Black Death. They're literally making money. Some of these insurance companies, non-black owned, they got insurance on these artists. So when they die or get killed, they get the insurance money. How backwards is that? They get the insurance money when black people die. Like that's totally backwards. So we can't accept that. We got to make sure that we hold them accountable. Let's get the FCC involved so they can take them down. Remember what happened with Janet Jackson on Super Bowl? Non-black people filed so many complaints with her breasts coming out with Janet Jackson. But on videos, they got literally shooting black people in the head, brains busting, and you don't see nothing being done or said. So in that essence, you got the white community saying it's okay to see that, but don't see Janet Jackson's exposed, natural movement, natural body part there.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, just know that the entertainment industry, they're complicit. They're complicit with what we're going through. And we got to hold them accountable in every zip code. That's the key. So the entertainment industry. Now we got, it's 3:30 now. So now we're supposed to be on our missing person and then we go switch over at 3:35 and head to our next location. So let me tell you this on the missing persons and the vacant building section. I'm gonna take this down now so I can see what you guys are seeing. Oh, my wife stayed on. All right, baby. That's very good. Okay. All right, let's turn this around here. Okay, so all right, so let's go. The FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, has listed on their website that the most missing people in this country are Black women. That's a problem. That's a serious problem because 37% of all missing cases are Black women. Think about that. We're just 12 to 13% of the U.S. population, but we're almost 40%. 4 out of 10 missing people is Black women. And so we know in our community that our Black women are unprotected. All right. We got our own Black men putting their hands on the unacceptable. We got the sons putting their hands on their mothers. We had an incident recently in Chicago, which was tragic. And we just got to wrap our arms around our young men as older men and make sure that they know there's other ways, alternative ways to express themselves. Taking mothers and wives' lives is unacceptable. But going back to the missing persons piece, in our neighborhood, there's 3 things that got to be at play for any crime to take place: intent, capability, and opportunity. In our community, the opportunity is so easy because we don't want to know each other. We got people on the block we don't want to talk to. We got open houses on the block, vacant houses, wide open. And so when you think about opportunity, it's easy to snatch someone and everyone is minding their own business. It's easy to drag someone into this vacant building because it's wide open. People ain't helping to board it up. Sorry about that. So the point with our Black women, we need the number one on our block, do the inventory. Remember, we want to do the inventory no matter what, because we got to know what we're working with. So the inventory gonna let us know how many of our Black women are on the block, how many of them might be without protection, meaning not a man in the home, so we can make sure that we the godfathers, we're the protectors of them in the village. And every village is inside a zip code. So that worst case scenario, we'll let the governor of the zip code know. We out here with Governor Joe. He one of the governors of one of the zip codes here. So that's what I mean by layering our support with our women, especially when they out early in the morning, they got to work, catch the bus. We got to make sure whoever last name it is, that's who go patrol. So that's coming. Can't tell you when. It'll come quicker if we get everybody pulling their money together. But that's what the future looks like. Is the last names that's on duty that month out patrolling our neighborhoods, having a male presence out there. And so we gotta get that. And I just wanted to make sure you guys do that. So our missing persons is unacceptable, almost 40%. It's unacceptable that it's mainly Black women. It's unacceptable that we're not protecting them. It's unacceptable that these vacant buildings are in our neighborhood. We don't know who owns them. By ordinance, they need to have the address number, the phone number, and the name. So if they're in Chicago. I'm not sure what the law is in Atlanta and Detroit and all the places, but in Chicago, you're supposed to have that. You're not living in that building. You got to have the management company name, phone number on that so we can get in touch with you if we see it's a problem. So that's it, you guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to head to the next location, and then we'll be broadcasting again from there. So right now, we're going to take this break, and we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
This block, this one.
All right, y'all. We at the new spot right now. We are here, 43rd. We on 43rd King Drive now. Get y'all the 360 view though. That's where we at. That's the remote job center. Right here, 43rd and King Drive. So I'm gonna set this camera up here, but we're gonna continue with the agenda in 1 minute, y'all. Give me a second here. I just want y'all to see where we at while I set this up.
They didn't want us over there, way over there. Because at the end of the day, what we was doing, we was taking money.
That joke ain't gonna last, y'all. I'm gonna have to sit back down. That joke ain't gonna last.
We was taking money. I think 43rd.
All right, y'all. We gonna get started right back where we left off at. We gonna be want to get this camera set up so y'all can see the streets. Y'all ain't gotta look at me. See the streets. See where we at. Follow where we at.
Man, it was so much. Still glad to be alive. Yes,
Just for nothing to sign if they want to know what's up.
I never came in.
All right, so we're gonna rock and roll. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, lady.
She like Yvette. No, I thought that was Yvette.
Stay my building on 49.
Well, we knew you was gonna not be long. So, you know,
Knowing somebody,
right? So, all right. I see you, Governor Karen. Thanks for joining. I know you somewhere over east right now. We on 43rd and King Drive. We're gonna be here, and then we're gonna head over to 43rd and Cottage Grove, and that's where we're gonna end at 420. We're gonna be over there and close out the last 40 minutes over there. So let's get back on point. For those who just joined us, we already went over our Mississippi Connects and what we're doing in Mississippi. We talked about the conspiracy with the entertainment industry to dumb down the Black community and what we need to do about that with the FCC. We went over the violence that continues to run rampant in our neighborhood and trying to make sure you guys had some hope and not hopeless about what could be done with the violence. When we was up on 35th and King Drive, you saw all the non-Black teenagers riding motorcycles in our neighborhood. And I just want to put this out there. If Trump had not won, it would have been 30 times that many. I remember 2 years ago, they were so deep on State Street and 43rd that it took me a minute just to turn because there was so many of them. And they was riding in between cars as if they didn't care about being in the heart of the Black community. And so that was about 25 of them there. It was like 100 of them before that. So we need to make sure we clamping down on people coming in Black neighborhoods disrespecting, because you definitely can't go in their neighborhood and do none of that stuff. So we switching over to talk about economics. So again, this neighborhood is known as being a Black Mecca when it came to money, y'all. This area here had the affluent Blacks. It had the Blacks in the struggle. We had the Black projects right up the street too. So we had some of everything in this community here. And now what we have is a change in environment. That's the train station right there that you see non-Black people now being comfortable coming over here. And so that's pros and cons to that. What you think about that, Karen? Is it pros and cons to now non-Blacks feeling comfortable walking in our neighborhood? Is that good? I know you might be on mute, but I want the people to hear your voice. Do you don't mind? Yeah, she might not be able to talk, y'all. So we'll go. So anyway, every Wednesday, y'all, as a habit, we want to be thinking about how to keep Black dollars in Black hands. If we hold true to that pledge, that commitment that we're going to keep Black dollars rotating with Black people, just like Chinatown, just like Greektown, just like Little Italy. So this ain't nothing foreign. Other people know how to keep Black dollars in Black hands. So there's nothing wrong with us doing the same thing. What we're saying, though, is we want to be able to hold ourselves accountable by being able to name 4 Black businesses at the end of each month. That's the difference. We want to be able to name 4 of them that we personally circulated money with. And that's how we be able to measure if we're being true to that. what we've done to help people out with being able to name their four is we selected 4 businesses to circulate money to every single month forever. So we already know who to give money to every single month, Black owners, and them Black owners are gonna circulate money back to our Black children. So we talking about money going from residents, you guys, to businesses, from businesses down to the students, every grade, kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, getting money from businesses because we're spending money with those businesses. So that's a win-win, y'all. It don't get no better than that. Because right now, when you buy tacos from the non-Black people, that money goes out the country. That money goes to support them. That money does not go to support third graders in Chicago. And that's a problem because when we let go, when we release our money, that money needs to be circulating 5 or 6 times before it leave our community. That's not the case right now. Everybody else is eating off of the Black dollar. And Joe, this is a long time. You seen that? You remember that? Ain't that fact, y'all? Y'all don't know about this here. This go back 20 years. Are you in the club? Are you in the club? So rotation of Black dollars is ground zero, y'all. Let me read to you some of these big companies and how much money that they make. Core Civic, which is the private jail, $1.3 billion, the private jail. GEO, the second biggest private jail, $1.6 billion. So these are billion-dollar companies locking people up. These are for-profit companies. So they literally make money off of this, locking you up. Food. I'm going to name to you 5 companies and how much money they make off selling food. And this food, unfortunately, is controlled by the same people that control the tobacco industry. The tobacco industry bought out the food industry. And so they're using some of them same tactics to hook you on nicotine now, to hook you on the food, the processed food. So Unilever is a $160 billion a year company. If I just told you Core Civic, the private jail was $1.3 billion, this group is $160 billion, Unilever. They sell your Dove soap. They sell you your deodorant. You see that little U on any of your products in the kitchen, in the bathroom, that's Unilever. Unilever was also connected with the ships that brought Blacks over here in the first place. So technically, we should not be spending money with Unilever because they haven't paid reparations. They ain't talked about paying reparations. So when we talk about economics, we need to know this type of stuff. Nestle does more than candy, y'all. $247 billion. Unilever was $160 billion. This $247 billion a year company. That's major, y'all. That's a lot of money. And Black people are a big part of them making money. Mondelez, your Ritz crackers, that's from Mondelez. They broke up. They were connected with another company. They broke up. So now they're 99 billion because they broke away from their parent unit. Kellogg's. Should I give them something? They walk back. Kellogg's. Joe, you got something again?
Take one of these.
My number not on here. That's the problem with this one here, you know. Yeah. So Mondelez, $99 billion, and then Kellogg's, and it's not just cereal, y'all. Kellogg's made $235 billion, y'all. $235 billion. Black people spend a lot of that money that they get, y'all. And what do we get in return? Like, what are we getting for spending all that money with them? PepsiCo, $235 billion. So look at how much money is into food, y'all. 235 billion, 247 billion, 160 billion. Black people, just like Chinatown, just like Greektown, just like Little Italy, we got to keep as much of our money in-house, y'all. So when you name your 4, we know you on board with that. That's what we know. All right. So let's go to medicine. Up until 1973, you'd never seen TV commercials about medicine. They lobby for the medicine pharmaceuticals, work with the lawmakers and got them to approve coming directly to you to sell you medicine. Some of this medicine you can't even pronounce. I can't even pronounce. And back in the day, we never needed to pronounce, as long as our doctors knew what it was. So listen at some of these medicine companies. Eli Lilly out of Indianapolis, $40 billion a year, selling you medicine. Johnson & Johnson, $54 billion a year, selling you medicine. Pfizer out of Germany, $58 billion a year, selling you medicine. Merck, $53 billion a year. So look at that. That's almost $300 billion selling medicine. And these same companies, German-owned, Austria-owned, they do not sell this much medicine in their own country. They sell it to America. And we know in the United States of America, blacks are the guinea pigs. We're the one that is marketed everything to. And so it's really about black dollars going to these companies. Let's go to media. Let's go to media. So on the media side, Disney is a $40 billion a year structure. Disney is. Comcast is a $55 billion a year industry. Time Warner, $28 billion a year. Viacom, $14 billion. CBS, $14 billion. Clear Channel, $6 billion. Now think about that, y'all. All of these people in media, guess who their biggest clients are? Black celebrities. So our black celebrities are making these people rich. You think about the shows. You remember when what was the show with Terrence Howard? Empire. That didn't make them rich. That made the companies rich, y'all. So our black talent is being used to make others rich. Nothing new here. We know that. We get that. Nothing new. The question is, we gave you a remedy, and the remedy is as simple as Wednesday economic day, not giving our money to other people. If we can't master the little, we ain't ready for the big. So that's why the Wednesday is so important, because that's little and that's measurable. We can measure 4 Wednesdays a month. We can measure that. And so that's why that's such a big deal, because it's something that we can say, okay, we did that. So when we get 1,000 people doing they dollar to us, them same 1,000 people gonna name 4 black businesses. So that's 4,000 black businesses in Chicago being touched when 1,000 people doing the name your 4. So that's how impactful that is. That's a lot of businesses getting some support. All right, so now we're gonna move over to construction. My brother Keith Harris out of Inglewood posted on yesterday. He showed Hispanics pouring concrete on 39th and Langley. That's by you, right? 39th and Langley. I guess it looks like a white guy's having his home built from the ground up. So here you got, it looks like a white guy hiring a Hispanic company to pour concrete in the heart of the blackest town or the blackest neighborhood in Chicago, which is Bronzeville. This is a black Mecca, but you got a white guy moving in and you got a Hispanic crew pouring the concrete, and my brother challenged them on that. Brother Keith challenged them on that. And we need, that's Team 5 to us. We need to have Team 5 organized in every zip code so that challenge can really take some root there. And I wanted to break this down too, you guys, for this. So it's 8 teams, y'all. It's 8 teams. When I say Team 5, that's the construction team. But let me show you how this should go so people can really get this. So team two is our protest team. Those are the people that get out there and want to shut stuff down. So our Team 5 construction guys, they seeing these people doing construction in their neighborhood instead of them. They get in touch with Team 2, our protest team, so they can come and shut that down. We need Team 8, which is our legal team, to come in and legally let us know what violations are taking place. Where are we from a legal lawsuit standpoint? So you see these non-black people in black neighborhoods doing construction work instead of your people. Think about Teams 5 identifying that because that's their industry. Think about Team 2 coming with a physical protest mentality, and Team 8 from a legal that go get in touch with the government and find out how did they get this contract. That's Team 2, Team 5, and Team 8 working together. When we get organized like this, black people, there's no one organization that they can target to get rid of because we're organized around what people's interests are. Teams 1 through 8 is interest-based. It's what you do for a living, and that makes it easier for us to deploy those group of people whenever we see a situation like that. So now, Reverend Taylor, this is his month, last name T. Reverend Taylor is with the Plumbing Contractors Association. We also got Omar Sharif. He's out there on 95th Street. He got the African American Contractors Association. So both of them is this month, S, T, and U, and both of them are in Team 5 construction. Both of them, I can say could use more support, financial support. But guess what? We have a month set aside for carpenters getting money, bricklayers getting money, landscapers getting money. It's set aside already for the whole year. We know every single month who out of Team 5 is going to be supported financially. And again, when 1,000 people is pulling together $5 for construction people, Reverend Taylor or to Omar Sharif, that means now they got more money to hire more people, got more money to do free services to the seniors on Friday. So just know how that ties together. It goes back to residents, businesses, and students, keeping that money rotating and circulating. On the construction side, that I also want to put out there is we got to think like the Mexicans are doing. The largest construction company in the world is out of Spain. ACS, the largest construction company. And they literally got people all around the world doing construction. So our Hispanic brothers and sisters have a leg up because they got a firm that's international that's making sure that they have construction work. And some of the construction work is so large scale that we can't even compete building expressways, things like that need this heavy equipment. But home repairs is where we should be dominating at, Black people. We can dominate that area because home repairs is local. And so we should not be seeing other people in Black neighborhoods making money on construction. We should be doing that because we're not in their neighborhoods. Remember, we didn't create this segregation in Chicago. We was born and directed into it. So the key is that we should be keeping our community with dollars circulating with us, not giving it to people who go send it out of the country. All right. I think Mexico got $5 billion in remittance or money from America. That's good for them. That's good for them. But we are struggling and we are not keeping our dollars to ourselves. So that's what we got to do, is not give our money to people who don't care about what we're going through. All right, so let's switch over. It's 4 o'clock now. Governor Charles will be getting on here in a minute. So now we're going to talk about education, because that's a big, big part of what we're dealing with. And education is something that's ongoing. It's not something that is a one-time thing. You know, so what we go do on the education front, I'm going to first give you the scale of what we're doing. All right, give you the scale. We took, we got a chat here. Let's see what we got here. Are you supposed? Yeah, it's cool. It's live too. So, so kindergartners.
Asking, were you supposed to be sharing documents, because you're talking and we're just seeing the street, so I didn't know if you had documents that you were supposed to be sharing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
As a visual.
I'm glad you said that. Very good. I dropped the ball, y'all. Let's go here first. Let's talk about this first. So as y'all can see here, my wife just reminded me of that. So this here lets you know 20 years ago. This is 21 years ago. This is Saturday, May 18th. Hey, Joe, look at this real quick. Rashad, look at this real quick. Y'all see the date on this? This is our flyer from 21 years ago. But look where we at. May Summit, where we at? Here we are 21 years later, still in Brownsville. Y'all see that? So what y'all looking at here is proof that we've been committed to Brownsville every May for 21 years based on this document. It's longer than that too, but this just shows you a flyer from 21 years ago where we was at 36 and Giles Church. Matter of fact, we got a picture of Joe out there with his family on boxes. We sat outside, had the meeting outside at 36 Giles. Diane Latiker was with us and everybody else. So I know, Mimi, you like, wait a minute, why are you showing that? That ain't the one I want to talk about, but I wanted to just show people that one. All right, so that just lets you guys know Bronzeville ain't going nowhere. We're committed to Bronzeville, so just know that. Now, let's go to education. That's what we talking about. What's up, Mike Perkins? I see you, Mike Perkins. How you holding up, Mike Perkins?
Going well. Just got in. I went to a big event this morning, so I'm just sitting back. I'm just sitting
Was
back
it
on
economics? Because we want to hear about it. We on the economics agenda now.
Well, it was business. It was it was at the Kroc Center. They had I think the Sigmas were giving it. I saw Brother Reven over there in the house, and so I invited a lot of them to come out to my event. But I'm really going to be pushing the economics of NBCU at my entrepreneur forum. I'm bringing some younger people into it because we want to get them involved in the economics at an earlier age. So I met some young entrepreneurs over there. I'm going to be connecting with them. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you a link. We got some young entrepreneur hustlers that want to let them know about NBCU.
Now, Mike, tell them how to reach you for people that might watch this later on because it's on YouTube. How do people reach you to learn more about what you're doing on the economic business side?
Yeah, they reach out to me at 743-887-4225, 743-887-4225. And when you reach out to me, just text the words NBCU, NBCU, and you get special consideration.
So, now that I appreciate you, Mike, for that. That's good stuff. Yeah. All right. So now the key I want to go over, you guys, on the connection point here. We're finna show the mix, the link between our businesses and our the students, kindergarten through 12th grade. And Charles should be jumping on here, but I want to put the slide up like my wife just reminded me, so you guys can see this and not just hear me talking about it. So let me do this. Man, I'm glad you said something because I ain't even show them the blocks where the people was found dead at. Let me do that. I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Let me do this real quick because I want y'all to see that this is being recorded. So real quick, y'all heard me during the part talking about safety. This here is what we do. We carve out blocks and we make them villages. We know villages is who we are as a people. We're village people. We be there for each other. We've gotten away from that, but this is how we bringing it back. Every one of our blocks is yellow, green, and blue. And those colors matter because those colors tell us what we're working on. Again, non-Black people in our neighborhood feeling comfortable revving them engines up. So 62nd and Paulina is the block where the arson took place at that took the lives of 2 children. 6 people was hurt in the fire. Unacceptable. But y'all see that? 62nd and Paulina. That's in Village 3660. Cuba is our mayor for that village. I just want y'all to see how we're organized. Now I'm gonna show you the block where they kidnapped the boy and shot him to death and called his mama and told him where to find him at. That's some real boldness there. Let me show you that block. That's 2125 Village. Anytime something happen in our Black zip codes, we already got these villages mapped out. That's the point, y'all. We got 4,000 blocks mapped out in Black Chicago. See Village 2125, that's in the Inglewood neighborhood. So he was found on 68th and Perry block. 68th and Perry block, found murdered in the bathtub, bound, still hands tied, bound. The problem again with that is we got people from out the country calling, telling us business about in our Black neighborhoods. Totally unacceptable. Crazy that we allow that to happen. So now I can switch over, get off of that agenda. You know, my wife like, yeah, you got off track. So let's go back to showing you guys this on education. Hey, Joe, hit Charles and see where he at. You got his number? He should be on.
They said
It's 4 o'clock, so it's on him now. All right, y'all. I'm about to show y'all the link. About to show y'all the link. Man, I've missed showing y'all a lot of stuff. I'm glad my wife said something, man. Y'all, I should have been showing y'all all type of documents. All right, we'll go show it going forward. What'd you say, Rashad? Oh yeah, remind me. Yeah, I'm glad she did though. I'm glad she did. Because it just makes the video more interesting, especially when people go back and watch it. So that's a good thing. It's coming up, y'all. Be patient. It's coming up.
shall be patient.
There it is, right there, y'all. Here we go, right here. It's ready to go. All right. Okay, you guys, it say Detroit, Michigan up top, but y'all know we're in 20 cities, so just know we put Chicago name up there in your mind. It's okay. It's the same format. So here we go. Children are getting ready to get out of school. Some of them are already out of school right now. What is the Black people's plan for the children being out of school right now? So watch this. If you are a kindergartner or you're going into kindergarten, look at what our vision is. All daycares in your zip code are going to be putting money up for kindergarten competitions. If you're a singer, dancer, actor, sports, entertainers are putting money up for kindergarten, university. Painters, veterinarians. So those businesses that every Wednesday is Business Economic Day, on Tuesday, Education Day, we put money up for those kindergarten. Look at what the first graders got. They got seamstress, my wife, liquor stores and farmers or gardeners putting up money for them. Then our second graders got corner stores. They got firefighters, anglers, people who fish for a living, and martial arts people put money up for them. Then on the third grader side, we got the beauty supply stores. We see who own the beauty supply stores, holding them accountable to put money up so that we can make sure that they're not using third grade scores to build new prisons. So beauty supply stores, when you go and buy beauty supply stuff, think about them helping keep our young people going into the prisons. Because third grade university is all about making sure that they can read at grade level and that they're ready to transition to fourth grade when appropriate. Our fourth grades, look how many businesses they got. Beauty salons, brick masons, detectives, landscapers, police, snow removal firms. That's a lot of businesses that can put money behind our fourth graders. Fifth graders got nurses, they got car wash owners, photographers, and scientists put money behind them. Sixth graders got Army veterans, secretaries or clerical people, computer programmers, technology people, and of course, nail salon owners put money behind our sixth graders. Now, seventh graders, that's when the young people start getting a little beside themselves. Seventh grade, y'all, we got to get them before seventh grade. That's why they got so many businesses behind them. They got Air Force veterans, they got auto mechanics behind them, engineers behind them, just different entrepreneurs, gas station owners, journalists, and roofers. That's a lot of different industries to make sure in that zip code our seventh graders don't get off track. Then at eighth grade, the graduates. This month, those graduating barbershops got the eighth graders. Judges got the eighth graders. Lawyers got the eighth graders. Moving companies got the eighth graders, and travel agents got the eighth graders. They are at a milestone period. They graduate, and let's wrap our arms around them. Let's relieve the financial burden on the parents, you know? Then you go over to the freshmen. They getting ready to walk into high school. Y'all know what happens in high school. Now they introduced to a broader network of people. You got sex, drugs that they're being introduced to in high school. They in there with 18-year-olds. So now let's see what businesses are going to help them to make a good transition. All accountants, all chefs, all caterers, all landlords, all Navy veterans, and all welders. That's a good crop of Black businesses to put money behind them freshmen to make sure that they good. Now we go to 10th grade. This is the most important grade out of high school because this is when they can find out where they are score-wise to see if they're on a trajectory for college or not. So look at who's helping them on that end. Caterers, cellular store owners, Coast Guards, doctors, DJs, and HVAC personnel. That's a good group of professionals to pour into them in the most important grade that they got. 9th grade, they still learning their way around independence. So they ain't learning as much. They still learning not as much as 10th grade. Then 11th grade, hey, now it's prove it time. So anyone that make t-shirts or any apparel, and let me tell you, apparel from a business perspective is what Black people, we should be running the apparel industry. We are the culture. People come behind us. So we should be buying our people t-shirts, hats, anything our Black people are making from an apparel standpoint. We should be hyping it up because we know the suburban children, white children buy what Black people wear. That's the influence that we have. So we should be pushing our for us, by us. We should be doing that. FUBU. Any of us that do clothes, t-shirt, we should be buying it from us. And you get to name them as one of your 4 Black businesses. So with that, all apparel people, book authors. Today was the book authors convention. All electricians, librarians, and politicians support our 11th graders. Then we close it out with our 12th graders. These people are now sometimes being kicked out of the house because they 18, they grown. Some of them going to the military. Some of them are going off to college. So here, 12th graders got lounge owners helping them. They got marketers helping them. They got salespersons helping them. They got massage therapists or massage skincare professionals helping them. And they got plumbers helping them. So 12th graders got layers of support that's going to help them financially so that way they'll be at least with financial backing as they go forward, whether it's in the military, whether it's in college, whatever the case is. So that's our education agenda, y'all. And I'm going to say it this way, when I look at this, it's exciting because when we meet someone, we out here right now in Bronzeville, when we meet someone, when we find out that they are a massage therapist, guess what? We know what the next conversation is about, 12th graders. We meet someone out here that's a nurse, we already know what the conversation is. It's about 5th graders. So the fifth graders in this neighborhood right here will benefit from us being on this corner when we meet a nurse. 12th grader from this community benefit when we meet a salesperson, a plumber. So the point is, wherever we go with our remote job center, whoever we meet from that neighborhood, it's going to immediately help people in that area. It's 4:14. Got 6 minutes left here. So that's how that works, y'all. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there. Let's see if Governor Charles got on yet.
He ain't out.
Oh, he didn't answer. Okay, all right. So we reached out to the governor. He might be out cutting grass. So now let's move on to the next agenda here. I'm gonna take this slide down, bring up another slide for you guys to see. The 43rd, the cottage. So we literally going straight up the street. So that's the last one too. That's the final stop. All right.
Said she'll be here about 4:30.
Yeah, tell her to go. Yeah. And we're gonna be on this side of the street too, right by the health clinic. I hate. All right. So now we're about to switch the conversation over now to, and we're gonna be at the health center that at the what they call that health place right here on 43rd Cottage, the health Bronzeville health something. That's where we're about to be at. And 420 we're gonna be there. So we finna wrap up here. So let me put this slide up so you guys can see that firsthand. And I want to make sure that you guys can see how we're rotating around, because that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I want to put something else up too and show y'all that too, but we'll come back to that. And then we're gonna take our break so we can get down to the next location here. Put that up. Y'all can see that. We also let's promote our brother while we waiting. This our brother. He got the 18th annual prayer vigil happening at 1 to 7 o'clock. We're on our way there when we get done with the summit. And Lorenz Tate and his brother should be there too. So if y'all can't get out there to Columbus Park, and I'm gonna lead this up while we rotate down to our next location. Mike, if you can't stay on with us, man, we're gonna be 5 minutes.
Okay, I got you.
All right, y'all, we back. This is it. We got 26 minutes left and then we done. We did the summit in Bronzeville. It's on people, y'all, who don't come out. It ain't on us. We doing our part. We being faithful and consistent like we've been doing for 21 years in this neighborhood alone. So anyway, let's break this down. Let's take this slide down. It's time to go over. Mike, thanks for sticking with us. Mimi, thanks for sticking with us. Now, let me switch gears now. So now it's all about government. Now, we're going to talk about government. This is our busiest corner yet, y'all. There's people everywhere. Let me show y'all. This is 43rd and Cottage Grove. Them people, they moving around doing they want to. They had all bus stops. The bus just picked them people up at that bus stop. And then even behind me here, it's a bus stop behind me right there too. So we're gonna get this last 26 minutes out the way. So anyway, we're gonna go over the government. So of course, we in the heart of the Democratic stronghold. I would say this to us when we think about the government. We look at the fact that you got these other people riding in black neighborhoods, and you got to ask yourself, how did they even get here? It was through government intervention. I get it. Governor Abbott, Republicans, sent the buses up here, but you didn't have to receive it. Just because someone give you something don't mean you have to take it. And unfortunately, in our neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, we're the most vulnerable. So that means you're going to be the dumping ground whenever something like that happens. The government did this to us. Keep that in mind. The government accepted them. The government opened up places that was closed. They took park districts with people who paid park district fees, and they put them in the park district because they felt like they was more important than the people who were the taxpayers. That's what government did, y'all. And we can't let them off the hook for that. We can't let them make excuses for that because technically the government should be paying reparations to black people if you want to really look at it that way. And the fact is they're not. So we can't let them think that it's okay. And these people riding in our neighborhoods, when Dr. King said it, you're not doing this in their neighborhood, but they comfortable doing that in our neighborhood. So I want to put a slide up to kind of indicate what I'm talking about when I talk about the government and politics. And it's all about where we are block by block. Just keep that in mind. Everything that we're talking about is going to boil back down to how we, as black people, let people get away with stuff, especially our elected officials. Wait a minute. I'm going to take this down. So let's do this real quick. These three chairs you see out here, they should be these colors, but we ain't there yet. So y'all want to get us a blue chair, a green chair, and a yellow chair, feel free. But this is the remote job center. The purpose of this is for us to be outside where people can see us at. We have to normalize people seeing black people doing something positive and constructive. So this is what that looks like. The middle chair is the supervisor. The middle chair is the leader, the mayor, the district leader. And the chair on the right is the one that's on the Zoom that's connected with other people on the Zoom all around the world. So that's a do not disturb person. And the one on my left is the one that got literature to hand out to people wondering why we on the corner with an office. All right, so I just wanted to highlight that, get that recorded on Facebook and on YouTube. So let me put the one up about government. Mike, what you think about that? What you just saw? With the remote job center, what you think about that?
Well, like you say, I think it's a great way to get in front of people, let them know that this is not just a concept, that this is a reality, that these things are actually happening. And like I say, they're gonna hear about NBCU at the Entrepreneur Forum. I met some very dynamic people today. We're plugging them in.
And think about like when sponsors are a part of this and the sponsor stuff is behind us. You know what I mean? Like, and that's marketing because people are looking because they like, what the heck are these people sitting in chairs on the corner for? And that's what we want. Like, that's the whole point of this is to get people's attention because what the shape that we're in as a people, it requires that type of attention. Like we need that, you know? So, all right, I'm almost there. I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. There's several documents I want to show you guys. I'm excited to show you guys this. But we on government, so I want to get back to the government and show y'all this one first. Then I'm gonna show you a few more. We got a little time to go over this real quick. And I should have put Mississippi up there to break down Mississippi because that's a big part of what we're doing is 108 towns in Mississippi being connected to us. So I'm gonna show you guys that one too. And then of course we're gonna talk about economics. We're gonna talk about the money, because without the money, we're not doing or going nowhere. So we
That's
gotta
right.
we gotta be able to. And Mike, you know that firsthand. Like without the dollars, what we talking about? So we gotta do that. We gotta cover that. All right, so let's do this because now it's not populating, but let's do this. All right, when y'all look at this, and you can look at this on YouTube too, this is the big picture of the future for Black people. These 5 pillars are global. You got Chicago as the global headquarters. That's why we here, is because Chicago is our 20 zip codes is crucial. Next to Chicago, you see is Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is a Black stronghold. 83% of the people that's Black. That's bigger than Chicago from a percentage standpoint. So Gary is important, and Gary is right next to Chicago. So Gary, Chicago. You see Mississippi on that. That is the most important Black state in America. It is almost 39% Black. So we got to make sure Mississippi is a pillar. Then you see Brazil. That's the blackest place outside of Africa. Literally 200 million people in Brazil. 53% of them are Black Brazilians. And then, of course, Africa, the continent that civilization started from. So when you look at this, this is a beautiful illustration of Black people walking, coming together, those 5 pillars anchoring us so that we can make life better for Black people. Mike, what you think about that?
Oh, I think it's beautiful. I mean, you got a great system. I'm plugging in NBCU with Tribal Wealth, and so NBCU is the gateway. So we're gonna need the QR code for payment for NBCU. Yep.
Now, and I think the key with Tribal Wealth, people need to know, whenever leaders are leading, it's important, because remember, we're talking about government here. Government don't exist unless they tax you. And think about that. They tax you because they need money to operate. Tribal Wealth need money to operate. NBCU need money to operate. And they're taxing you many ways. They're taxing you from your sales tax. They tax you from your property tax. They tax you from your income tax, your business tax. These taxes help different levels of the government. And so whenever they're taking your money, it's important that you have a say-so in how your money is being spent, since they are taking your money. So that's the key, is to make sure that when we're forced to pay them, essentially, because you go pay taxes, go to jail and die. But when they're taking our money, that we're making sure we're directing it where we want it to be. A lot of these politicians are getting pensions for part-time work. They shouldn't be getting pensions for part-time work. What company can you go and work at and they're giving you a pension for the rest of your life? But that's an uncomfortable truth when you're in a city that's all these politicians have done, is give themselves pensions and whatnot. So that's going to be some contention there. The good news with what we're doing, every second Friday of the month is report card day for politicians. Let me say that again. Every second Friday of the month is report card day. Any politician that don't want a report card, you got to ask them, how do you evaluate with your performance? I want to be evaluated, and they're going to tell you the evaluation is every 4 years, election time. That's unacceptable. That's old school thinking. We in new school. New school says, no, we're not going to let you play around for 3 years. Then on the 4th year, you come out, give out turkeys, do a lot of stuff, and then say, look what I did. What you got to say about that, Mike? What you think?
Yeah, that accountability piece is big, and so the things that are taking place right now, especially with advanced technology, that's really going to make this more important. So that's why I said NBCU has to be on the front side, because that's the accountability piece.
Yeah. And people got to get comfortable with that. Like, if you don't want to be evaluated, that's what I say. Like, man, what type of leader are you that you don't want to see documentation on how people feel about your performance? Like, am I awkward to be expecting that person to look forward to that?
No, you have to inspect what you expect. And so, and then part of the inspection is to give a report on what you inspected, because you can't make change on something that you haven't documented.
I know, man. We got to flip that around. Hold up, we got more non-black people disrespecting and making loud noise. Probably going to run the light too. Oh, he respecting the light. Nope, I spoke too soon. He ran the light. See that? We gonna get this together though. This ain't long term, y'all. I promise you. I promise you. This ain't long term. Now look at this, y'all. This is a list of people that's missing. Hey Joe, y'all look at this real quick. Look at this. Look at this. What y'all think about that?
Damn. The kids usually found.
No, look, it say black and what? Where you see brown at?
Oh, damn.
That's all black. Am I off? You get what I'm saying?
Black folks are brown.
No, I ain't gonna anything saying. So here, y'all, this goes back to what we talked about at the 3 o'clock hour. This is some group that I'm glad they doing it. They say black and brown lives matter. See, black people love everybody. So let's get that off the record. Let's get that clear. So when you say black and brown, brown never talk about black, but we always talk about brown. And it's important that we cover us because we protect everybody else. So we can't be afraid to say black. We can't be afraid to say black. Like what James Brown say it loud. Come on, y'all. We got to be okay with that. So anyway, sorry about that tirade, but I had to show y'all that because we get afraid to say the word black at times. All right. Is that Governor Charles that got on? Sister Karen? All right. Here we go. Let me get this flyer up. Joe, you ain't doing a flyer. All right, here we go. Right here, y'all. Here we go. No, those Joe. No, so, all right, y'all. Let's put this one up right here. Let's put this one up. Yeah. And next Saturday, June 13th, is our Pennies to Africa walk down 63rd Street. We also gonna have these remote job centers along the corner there. You out?
Get my bag out.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't lock the key in there. So, it's in the trunk, right? Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, good. So let me put this up right here. No, press the trunk on the thing. Yeah. All right, let me put this up right here so y'all can see this and I can explain this to y'all. All right. So everything that you heard me talk about, government, you heard me talk about economics, you heard me talk about the youth violence, you heard me talk about Mississippi. These things are very real and we feel the impact of these things. But I want to sum it up and I want to sum it up so that you can walk away with two things that we're doing and that God allowed us to do these 31 years that we've been around. We created predictability and guarantee audiences. Those are two things essentially that we've done. And I'm gonna walk you through why I say that and why these two things are crucial for where we're going as Black people in the future. As I just illustrated to you and to our people outside of Chicago, the reason you keep hearing me bring up race and people in Black neighborhoods is because Black neighborhoods have been crime scenes, white collar crime scenes because of redlining, white flight, the banks not loaning to Blacks here, things of that nature. And because of that, the property values, the jobs are not here, all those things. And now, because of the policies of a certain Democratic party, now an investment is coming. Now money is being infused in our community, and unfortunately, it's not for us. And so now you got other people in our neighborhood, like right now, this guy here is so comfortable on his phone, and we can't go on in his neighborhood and do that. The Black man was just on the phone chilling. The teenagers alone would come and snatch the phone or do something to us. Chicago is very segregated, like Dr. King said back in the day. It's still that way, but now because of the Democratic Party, it's been forced that others are now directly in our community and comfortable with it. And you can argue, Rashad, you want people to be comfortable, but it's not reciprocal is the issue that we can't go and do that same thing in their neighborhood. So that's my biggest challenge for us as the people is let's make certain that we expose both sides. So that way we're not painted as the villain. We love everybody, we get that, but it's not reciprocal. All right, so anyway, let's go back to these two documents here. Anything that you can name that's a problem for the Black community, these two things will take care of that. I'm almost certain. So Mike, Karen, you say something, I can articulate a response to you. But watch this. When we talk about predictability in Black neighborhoods, we are the most destabilized community in America, and it's because of structural systematic racism. So what instability does, it makes you very cautious about moving forward. So it's like, I'm not finna burn money going over here when I might not have money to get to work tomorrow. That's what that does to you, where you're not stable, where you don't make certain decisions. Predictability gives us stability. If I know that if I go see Rashad tomorrow, burn my money for bus fare to see Rashad tomorrow, but I know I got money coming tomorrow night, because of that predictability, I can go ahead today and go meet Rashad. Black decisions in our community, especially in areas where we see the neglect, that a lot of stuff isn't done because of being not stable, instability. What we've done with predictability is we've laid it out so we know who we can count on. This month, last names ST and U. Every May and 6 months later, November, ST and U last names. Smith, Sanders, Taters, Tollistons, Underwoods. That's predictability. I know that I can count on my Smiths and Sanders for money this month. I know I can count on my ST and U people to be out here today this month. I know I can count on people if my car breaks down who's going to come and help me because it's their month. That's predictability. I can go in any of these businesses and ask them, how is business? And if they say business wasn't good this month, I can say, if you adopt this predictability schedule, this month, STs and U people in this zip code is coming in and spend money with you. Next month, the V through Z people are going to come spend money with you. But we need your help to help convince your people to do remember the schedule, because remembering holds the key to this predictability. Then guarantee audiences. This is the fun one. When we get 1,000 people agreeing and executing on the $1, that's a guaranteed audience. So think about any business that's struggling right now. If we come and say, I got 1,000 people, that's a guaranteed audience. That's going to send you $30. So you're going to get $30,000 because of our guaranteed audience of ST and U people. That's predictable. We know we ain't burning them out. And here go your guaranteed audience to help you. Same thing, guaranteed audience is when you got an event going on and only 2 people gonna be at your event. But guess what? Because of our guaranteed audience, we know all the Smiths and Sanders coming to your event. Guaranteed audience again. So what I'm saying, whatever we're dealing with as a people, do you have a guaranteed audience? And that's what we're building with predictability by setting aside those last names to be there when we can count on them every May and November for this group. Next month, the V through Zs, the Williams and Walkers and stuff like that. So I just wanted to highlight to y'all so y'all can see why these 2 things apply to what we got going on as Black people for forever. Like, this don't change. This is forever. We'll be able to use these 2 tools. So now I want to show y'all with our picture in there. Let me show you first. When you look at the guaranteed audience, you see them looking at the sun, all those people. That's an image of us on our way to the protective bubble. They on their way to this network where we're going to operate as Black people, loving each other, supporting each other in our groups of 1,000 to make sure that no one goes hungry, to make sure that people are constantly traveling, meeting new people, and growing in whatever God gave them as a profession. That's what that guaranteed audience looks like. That's what that is. And on the right, on the left, that's just showing you that as you go through life on this road, whatever pops up, we already got it predicted in terms of how every 3 miles is going to be someone there with a gas station to make sure that you get your service done. Or in our case, no matter what month it is, if you run in trouble, we know who we can predict that's going to help. So let me show you the same thing, but with our Black logos in there for that same thing. What do you want, Rashad? You wanted some literature? All right, let me show y'all the same thing, but it's gonna have our logo in there. All right, so let's start with the guaranteed audience. This here, and I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see it. This is our CUDS tower, centralized uniform delivery system. That's block by block. And as you see there at the bottom of this tower is our 20 Chicago zip codes. Next up is our 20 US cities. Every zip code is linked to a different city. We in Little Gary, Indiana, being in Bronzeville. There are 20 cities. Then you see 20 African countries. This in this zip code is Namibia. This is Little Namibia. So these black businesses should have Namibia flags in their businesses, and they should be collecting the pennies for Namibia. Then you got the 20 career paths. So this zip code here manages all our book authors, secretaries, and clerical people. Every zip code has one different profession. Then at the top, that's the 7 daily living habits up there. So that's the guaranteed audience. So when we meet someone in Gary, we already know they link to Bronzeville. That's the guaranteed audience. When we meet someone in Namibia, we already know they link to Bronzeville. They link. So that ensures that no matter who we meet, when they open their mouth and give us information about them, we know it's a guaranteed audience. We know we got some ties back. So that's the beauty of that Cud's Tower there, right there. Hold on 1 second. I don't want my flyers to fly away. All right. All right. So here we go. Predictability. So when you look at this one here, the key is that as long as you're watching this, even if you watch it in a recast, that means you're alive. And if you're alive, this is time. This is time. In the past, what happened is our leaders, when they was doing something good for our community, them leaders would be executed. They'll be framed and put in jail. And that's because we model what we do around people, leaders. What we've done, we've built something that allowed us to build everything we need, but put it around time. So all this is around time that keeps repeating over and over again. May, then it's going to come to June, then it's going to come to July, then it's going to come to August, and it's going to keep rotating around. This is predictability. When you see these codes in there, these codes mean a whole lot. Codes tell us every single day who we can count on. It tells us who we can count on. And so with that in mind, today is BS4. You see it right there. I'm going to zoom in on it. BS4 on May 23rd. That's what today is, May 23rd. That means every fourth Saturday of the month, zip code 60649, that's the leader for BS4. That's South Shore. That's who's on duty today. Every fourth Saturday, that's who's on duty. And they're linked to Zambia and Africa. So in Africa, Zambia is on duty. That's predictable. It keeps happening it rotates around every fourth Saturday. We know BS4 is in charge of all our marketers and salespeople. That keeps rotating around every fourth Saturday. And then we know that they're linked to Miami, Florida. So our superstar down in Miami, today is their day again, keeps rotating around. So that's the predictability that I'm talking about that keeps on happening and rotates over and over again. That rotation is our strength, y'all. So when they try to kill a leader, they can't kill time. They can't kill the fourth Saturday. Whoever trying to kill a leader, they go die before the fourth Saturday comes and goes. So that's how that works. So anyway, that's the predictability piece there. I wanted to make sure you guys had that. How y'all doing, ladies? All right, good. Take one of the flyers with y'all. We gonna be out here all summer long, black people. We're gonna be out here. All right. So now I want to go over the money because y'all know with anything, it's crucial that we talk about money. So let's talk about this. We you don't mind me talking to you while I'm on camera? Okay, good. But it look good though, colorful wise, right? The colors look good. That's why we printed in color. So here's the best way I want to describe it. Your zip code is on there, right? Your zip code is on there. We took every black zip code in Chicago and we linked it to a different city. So we want the young people getting out of this environment, going to a new environment. So we literally pay to take teenagers to different cities. That's one thing. Every zip code is linked to Africa. I'm about to get that to you. Every zip code is linked to Africa too.
Yeah.
I spent time in Kenya back in 1994. Oh, wow. We believe we got to get our people outside their environment. That's crucial. They got to know it's
coming together.
Then right. And now what the grown-ups, every Friday is Love Senior Citizens Day. In all 20 cities, everywhere we at. What that means for you is you can say, I want my grass cut.
Oh, wow.
If you tell us that, we're going to say you got to wait till Friday. Why? Because every Friday, our number not on there. Our number should be on everything. Yeah, give me y'all number too now. Don't make it both ways. Now, I want to be in touch with y'all too. Nah, I want to stay in touch with y'all. That's the whole point. Yeah. So that's the whole point. And look at this. this shows y'all. That shows y'all the certain problems that we're working on. Huh? Oh, but there you go. You make sure you give me your number then. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. And
Yeah, they're gonna money. Yeah.
now y'all got ties in Mississippi? Anybody in Mississippi?
I'm in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis? Okay. They a lot of Gary people
Yeah.
got put out here. But where your people from though? They from the South. Everybody came from the South.
Man from Arkansas.
Arkansas. You know what Conway is? Conway, Arkansas. Conway. It's near
Here now.
oh, that's where your people.
Boy, here, my mom and dad was, there.
They down there. So imagine when our people are bringing up our own produce from Mississippi and we buying the produce and our people going back and forth. See, the Mexicans, they go back and forth between Mexico and here. We're going to be going back and forth.
There you go. There you
We're
go.
going to be
Yeah.
rotating our people
I
around.
was
go.
just,
Yeah.
We
like
gonna do
I
it.
said, I
Yeah.
was just talking to somebody.
So that's
about that.
Yvette. 313.
I'm
Yep.
Yvette.
Okay. Wait, Dolly,
Not a
what's your last name, Dolly?
I'm not yeah, my phone number.
Yeah, I got it.
Dolly, well,
Y'all read Texas? Can I text y'all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text y'all. I'm gonna text y'all. Have
Yeah.
the direct number.
Me and Tuck-
Okay.
Oh, we need y'all. That's why we out here. We recruit.
See, I live in Indianapolis. Don't forget about us.
We
Y'all
global.
talking
I
about
just told you we're in African too. So
Y'all
we
talking about Mississippi.
all over. Wherever black people
I was
at, that's
just
what we
telling-
about.
That's what we right.
I said, these Hispanics
It's
and the
disrespectful. It's
Caucasians,
disrespectful.
they come together
so-
as a unit. We're the only ones that don't come together as a unit.
I say this,
Ready to
Yvette.
fight, kill
Now
each other.
I say this. Nobody got the monkey on their back like we do. So they can
We
afford
still
to do
waiting
that.
for our 30 acres and a mule.
We the only ones without our real last name. You ain't a Saunders. They got they Rodriguez, they Hernandez. We ain't got our.
These are my Saunders. This is my grandma. Them getting her out the South. We're hitting the white one. She was doing the color purple, baby.
Y'all stay strong. Y'all gonna get a text from me. I promise. I promise. I promise. I got you. All right, we got 9 minutes, so let me speed up because but that's what happens when you're out here, y'all. Rashad was supposed to shield me from that, but he at least gave them the flyer. They got them connected to it. But let's go to the money, y'all. Let's go to the money so we can go over that. That's the biggest thing is the money. I want y'all to see this. And I'm gonna put up someone that already told me they don't mind showing their financial record. I want y'all to see this because the $1 coming in is how we're gonna make certain that we good for the future. Like that's gonna be the key. All right, so it should pop up in 1 minute here. Okay, this our brother Dave David, French last name, Lemieux, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But what you see here is when a person commits to making sure that we have this $1 a month coming in. This $1 a month coming in means that it's gonna help us to finance what you heard me telling this lady right here. We want trips. We want young people traveling, going to Mississippi, going all over. Hold that for a blow away. I'll put something on here. You can throw that back on. Traveling and getting away. So as you can see here, David made sure that for a whole year, he got his dollar in. Y'all see it right there? So every single month, he made sure on the first of the month, he got his dollar in. Only 1 month, June 2025, he missed. And he got the next month, he made that up. This is what is required, y'all. We 46 million strong in this country. $1 from 46 million people is $43 million that's going to be used to make sure that we get the black economy rotating around. Now this here is because of AI that we was able to get this done rapidly. I want to show y'all what's going to happen when we get our first 1,000 people in. I just had AI create this illustration too, so I think you're gonna love this. I'm gonna show you 2 versions of it. This is real colorful here. Okay. This is an image that I want to work you through the bottom to the top. So 250 people times 4 is our 1,000. 50 people in all 20 black zip codes is 1,000. Let me say that again. 50 people donating a dollar in 20 black zip codes gets us there. When we get to the 1,000, the floodgates open up. I want y'all to know why this is the game changer, and we got 32 days to do this in before it's too late. Once we get our 1,000 people, Rashad, listen at this. Once we got our 1,000 people doing a dollar, look at what's getting ready to happen. We're gonna then get up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin holds the key because Milwaukee is an Amtrak ride down to the summit in Chicago like today, or to the Gary conventions, which is every Saturday. Having Milwaukee young people and adults here is going to invigorate our people here, because some of them got people in Milwaukee. So that's going to be big. So that's at the top. Social media monetization. We're going to be able to have our people now, because 1,000 people jumping on YouTube will allow us to monetize. That money is going to be used to further grow what we're doing. The Name Your 4 is naming 4 Black businesses. And if you can't name 4, you're sending $5 to 4 Black businesses. 1,000 people, if they can't name their 4, that's $20,000 going to Black businesses that month. The Blue Buckets. The Blue Buckets is our professional buckets that collect loose change. When we get our 1,000 people, we're going to have these blue buckets in these Black businesses. They're going to be in these Black businesses here. All right. That loose change is going to be used to make sure Mississippi is coming up here, making sure your sister city is coming in, because we're collecting this money from our Black businesses. The apparel. When Milwaukee come here, you're going to have apparel that says Milwaukee versus Chicago, Milwaukee versus Gary spelling bee, Milwaukee versus Chicago jump rope. So the apparel is going to allow us to buy T-shirts, skull caps, baseball caps to promote our city when we're visiting each other's other cities. You see on the other side, the convention sponsors. So we're going to make sure, like next week is our accountants convention in Gary, Indiana. So imagine the big 4 accounting firms sponsoring that. That's going to be new money coming in. I wouldn't dare go to them and ask them to sponsor right now, because we don't have 1,000 people agreeing to $1. So how can I go to the big boys and talk about anything when we're not doing the little? So again, the floodgates open when 1,000 people show that we being serious about this. Then you had the website ads. So some of the businesses are going to then pay to have their logos on the website. Right now, the website is 48 pages. Even the provider of the website said that's a lot. So imagine 48 pages with sponsors on each page. That's going to be revenue coming in. Then you got the newsletters. The newsletters are designed so that our homeless population can have newsletters similar to what the Nation of Islam is doing, and sell newsletters for $1 color, which now color copies is 50 cents. So now it's only 50 cent net, but they're going to be able to sell newsletters on the streets. We're going to guarantee a certain amount, but we're going to make certain that they got something in their hand that they can share to people, and what they're sharing to them go really be recruiting for us. So you get that, Rashad, when that homeless person selling 3 newsletters, that's 3 new contacts like we just got from them ladies. And when we get them ladies, we're going to find out them ladies got family in Mississippi. We're going to find out them ladies are connected to Indianapolis. That's only going to grow us, y'all. So that's a big deal there. And then I got to wrap up here. We got 4 minutes. I'm going to show you the other illustration of this. I'm going to talk about the spouses. I'll talk about the spouses. So let me show you this one, though, as we wrap up. And we're on our way, y'all, to Columbus Park after this, because Columbus Park is a 1 to 7 o'clock event. Okay, so here we go. I like this version better, but I wanted y'all to see the color version. I already went through all of this except spouses. So I want to go up here to spouses for Milwaukee. So when we go to Milwaukee, because of how close it is, and getting Milwaukee people to come down here is going to be quicker and it's going to be more exciting. We want the 1,000 people that did the $1 initially. We're going to ask them to refer their spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, someone that's close to them that'll do it relatively quickly. So when they do that, the spouse is going to get us from the 1,000 to 2,000. So that's a big deal to allow us to go to Milwaukee with $1,000 from our spouses. And that 1,000 from the spouses is going to allow us to say, hey, y'all, this is how serious we are to get the children from Milwaukee to come down here for the Gary convention or for the Chicago summit. So I'm saying when we get the first 1,000, it's going to make it easier for us to get to the second 1,000 just because of the spouses alone. Oh, take that, miss. Our phone number on there too. Give us on our number. You got young people. We got something we working on for the young people all summer long, okay? You look like my auntie Dorothy and Elgin. Take that with our phone number on that. All right, y'all. So we're about to wrap up here. We got 2 minutes to go. Does anyone on the call have any updates, anything you want to put out there before we wrap up and close out here? Mike, you got anything coming up we want to everybody know about?
Yeah, I got 2 things. I just sent you a text of a flyer. We got 2 events coming up. We got 1 event coming up in June with the military veterans. We got the Marines, and we're looking for support you know, like for that particular month, for the people that's on assignment for June to support the event for the veterans in June, that's going to be in Hazel Crest. The other thing that we got is every Wednesday we're going to be onboarding people. But what I want to do on the first Wednesday of the month is to also have an evening session where we get the QR code for NBCU and ask people to pay sign up for their $1 a month. So,
No, I
so,
like
so
that.
that, yeah, so that ties every, so before you can go past goal, the first thing is to go to NBCU, pay your $1 a month. I want to talk to you offline to see how we can also facilitate some three-way calls to start onboarding people quickly. We have some free gifts for them when they come in and support NBCU.
Nah, I appreciate that, Mike. And to Mimi, you got something coming up you want to make sure everybody know about? Good to see you, black man. Take one of these flyers, black man. Our phone number on that, man. You need anything, let us know, all right? No, he good? Okay. Hey, y'all, let me wrap this up because it's 5 o'clock. We gotta get out of here. Let me turn the camera back on me as I close this out. Rashad, hold the camera. I'm gonna turn. Yeah, just hold it on me. Can you see me? Yeah. All right, y'all. So listen, we finna close out right now. I was honored to be out here on 4 different corners where black people saw us at. And for those who know my character, y'all know I'm not shy about nothing. A lot of people saw us, and that was the #1 goal. We outside, y'all. We outside. We out here, as they say. Nobody got shot. I'm saying it, and you come around and get shot. Someone will shoot you. No one got shot. No one got hurt. People saw positivity, someone in not a suit, but someone in dress attire on something positive. They saw Rashad out here on security. They saw Joe out here, and that's important. 3 black men. We want our ladies out here too, but 3 black men so that they can know that all black men ain't on something negative, that there are people doing constructive stuff. All the people in the cars, we didn't have our signage out here for them to take a picture so they can look us up later. We'll get that cleaned up. But all summer long, the goal is to have these remote job centers, people getting paid to do this. We're going to pay people to do this and on corners all over the place. And because our Zooms are happening every other hour, whoever's in that 3rd chair, they're connected with the rest of us all around the world. So this is the future, y'all. Remote job centers in every neighborhood. We got to do it because we got to be out here to meet our people block by block. All right? Good to see you, black man. Stay strong, be safe. All right, Queen. We got to touch our people, y'all. We got to touch them. They got to get used to love and spread love. So that's how we go do. Stay strong. Deuces. Not Charles calling now. He all late.